As the economic crisis continues to batter Sri Lanka, the South Asian country is now seeking help from one of its close allies, China, to help boost its trade, investment and tourism sectors. Colombo's envoy to Beijing said on Monday that the country is now seeking help from China to revive these sectors amid the financial crisis. This development comes as the country negotiates for an emergency $4 billion package to help it emerge from the ongoing economic mess. And in an interview, the Lankan envoy said that Colombo wants China to buy more Sri Lankan tea, sapphire and spices to help boost its trade. He said Beijing could also help by bringing in further investment in China-backed port projects in the country.
We would also like to see more Chinese investments coming to Sri Lanka. We have two large areas developed by Chinese companies, the Colombo Port City and the Hambantota harbour and its associated industrial zone. We would like to see many more Chinese companies coming to occupy these spaces.
In addition to Chinese investment in port projects, Sri Lanka is also eyeing to draw more Chinese tourists to the country. The numbers fell drastically following the post-pandemic shutdown. For several months, Sri Lanka had been in talks with China for a $4 billion aid package. It is also asking for a $1.5 billion credit line to pay for Chinese imports that can help the country's lucrative garment industry. Sri Lanka is currently battling its worst financial meltdown since its independence. With months of frequent power blackouts and acute shortages of food and fuel supplies, the crisis has hit majority of the households. Foreign exchange reserves have also dropped exponentially, and practically with no money, the government had to seek help from its allies and the International Monetary Fund to keep the country afloat. And for more on this, our correspondent Dasonia Thoda getting us this detailed report from Colombo. Take a look.
Discussions between China and Sri Lanka for possible bolstering of trade, tourism as well as investment comes at a critical juncture where newly appointed President Ranil Wickremesinghe will now try to gain the support of all countries, especially that of China as well as India, to show support to Sri Lanka and ensure that the island nation will stabilize at its earliest from a spiraling economic crisis. It will be interesting to see to what lengths this $4 billion aid package will entail for Sri Lanka in terms of overcoming its crisis and fixing its forex shortage. Stay with WION as we track the very latest. Reporting from Colombo, I'm Dasonia Thoda.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.